Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. So, what do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Today, we're taking a look at Dungeon Kart by Brotherwise Games, and this is by, was it Michael Zereb? I hope I got that name correct or even close. I'm sorry about that. But this is a game that's set in the Boss Monster world. So, if you're familiar with the Boss Monster game, okay, this is a racing game in that world. Now, I am a sucker for racing games. I love racing games, and this game here just screams Mario Kart, which I absolutely love as well. So, when I saw this down at my local store, they had it actually on sale. I couldn't resist. I had to buy it, and I'll tell you what, I'm excited to play this one. But first, let's open this thing up and let's see what's on the inside. All right, folks, here we go. This is Dungeon Kart from Brotherwise Games, and like I said, designed by Michael Europe. I don't know if that X is silent or not. Sorry if I got your name incorrect. I apologize there. But I am a sucker for racing games, as you guys all know. I absolutely love them. I keep trying to put together my top 10 list of racing games, and every time I sit down to do it, a new racing game shows up at my house. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get it out. I just need to do it. But this game here, looking at it, just has this total Mario Kart vibe. Now, this is for 2 to 8 players. You're looking at ages 10 and up, and you're looking at about 30 to 60 minutes to play. I don't know how the game is, but like I said, it looks fun. It was on sale at I think it was my Barnes and Noble store where I picked it up at. I couldn't resist because, well, I can't resist racing games. So I'll tell you what, let's get this guy opened up. But yeah, this is basically kart racing, tabletop style. I mean, if there's a game out there that could be as close to Mario Kart as you can think of it's this one. And I'm not even sure what I just said makes sense. But hey, you know what? That's all right. Okay, let's get this thing opened up. Now, I will say, I mean, Boss Monster in those games, I've actually enjoyed that game quite a bit. And I will say, I mean, it's got kind of a 3D art to it and everything, but I really do enjoy all that cover. I like the look of all this. It just kind of pops out there for me. Now, I will say this is a big box, so I'm expecting a lot of stuff in here, hopefully. So, first thing we're going to get is we're going to get this nice rule book, and I'm going to slide all this out to the side, get this a little lower so that way we can actually go through it and we have enough room. Now, let's see, I like to figure out the pages. We're only 14 pages, so that is not bad at all for a little rule book, but I can get all of it in there. We can just kind of glance over it. So we got our game overview right here. Now, this is the first edition and the first printing. I don't know if there's additional printings that happened. I haven't looked into it. This was 100% impulse buy for me. But here we go. We got all of our dashboards. We got all these tiles we're going to get, and being able to flip those over and everything else is going to be really cool. Now, it looks like we're going to have some acrylic standees for our tokens is what I saw, but we're going to get some cards and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Looks like a little bag for some stuff. Okay. Now, we got our game set up. So pictures right here. It looks like there's nice little numbers for everything. Setup looks good. Okay, just glancing over it right now. Now we got our dashboard and our racers. Okay, so I like how the dashboard is going to tell you, like, this is your max speed in certain areas. And I think if you're going too fast, you have to slow down to it once you get into it and different things. But I like good dashboards on car games, so I'm excited about that. Now we got your gameplay going in through all here. All right, got some drifting, some bumping, some braking. Well, you better have all of those if we're playing a Mario Kart style game. Coins, some hazards. We got spells and walls and obstacles. Some special actions, and then ending the round, how everything's going to finish up. All right, and I guess there's like this catch-up mechanic on where you're at ending the round. You're going to be able to get maybe better cards, so that way they kind of help keep all the racers in play. And then we got our track icons down here, our turn order, our round order, and then some icon reference. Okay, not a lot there, but you know what? I don't think there's a ton to this game. So, and I'm hoping this game I can actually get this out with my grandkids and everything else. That would just be super cool. Now, this is going to be our racing guide. So we have our assembly instructions right here. So we got a couple things. So we got to build our carts. We got to build our dashboards. All right. It looks like we got our finish line as well and our stands. Okay, so what are we going to get? We're going to get a preset track catalog. Make sure I can get all this in here for everybody. So we got Dungeon Delvers. Okay, so these are going to be how all the different tracks are set up. I'm not sure how many are in here, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, preset tracks again. Now we got just this nice long straight line. Could be fun. I don't know. This looks kind of cool. Just kind of snaking around to that middle. All right. Measuring cart placement rankings. It's a bunch of examples there. All right, dealing with ties and placements. Then we got some tile FAQ, so information on the individual tiles, which is nice. Some different hazard information. Epic heroes. The princess, the fighter, right on. More epic heroes. All right. See, now here's a racer guide. It's a little breakdown of all the different racers. Okay, we're continuing on all that. And here's our spell cards that we're going to get. More spells continued. And what do we got? Okay, some general FAQ. We got a glossary. We got a rally mode. And then our credits. Okay, very nice. I like it. A lot of good extra information in there. So let's get all this back in here and see what we have. So we're going to have right here, looks like we'll get our punch boards. All right, let's open these things up and let's see how they are. Now, okay, just punching that out. Punch boards are going to be perfectly fine. And, you know, we're a nice, good couple, 2-3 millimeter thick on this cardboard. I don't see any problems with that at all. Let's just put that back in there because we can. Now, take a look at all your tokens. Okay, so I'm sure these are going to be like some of your smoke bombs and different things like that. All right, there's the back side of them. It looks like it's all going to be the same on both sides. Now, here's going to be our, looks like our dashboards. Some other pieces for it. I think there's like a little stand maybe for our dashboards. Okay, we got, looks like maybe your little driver tokens. Got some more dashboards. Now I'm seeing different icons right here. And so it's a little bit different on this one. Now, if I remember right, one of the things, I did look up a couple things on this thing. I believe every one of these dashboards and every one of these racers do have asymmetric power. So they're all going to play a little bit different. So you want to kind of, I think there's a drafting or something like that. You're basically pairing up your driver with a different car. Now this looks like almost like it's just a basic side. But if you look back here, you're definitely going to see it looks like there's maybe more of an advanced side, or I got those backwards. But there you go. Okay, take a look at this side and seeing these. I'll tell you what, all these dashboards are just wanting to pop right out. I'm trying to keep them all in there for right now. All righty, now what do we have here? Everything's gonna be upside down and sideways, so we're gonna have just more different tokens we're gonna get. All right, this looks like maybe could this be our turn orders, and probably for the number of players that you have. All right, and there's the back side of all of that. Front and back side of everything, for the most part, looks pretty much the same. And then it looks like this is going to be our last sheet of tokens. All right. Very nice. Okay, no problems in any of those. Now, looking in here, what are we going to get? We're going to have a nice, big, deep well right here. And this is probably going to be for maybe some of the dashboards. We're going to get 3 Ziploc bags. And we're going to have to put all those dashboards together with our pieces right there. Okay. So let's take the lid off of this, and this is a tray that's just going to pop off. All right, actually, you know what? We'll just leave it right here for right now. It won't matter. But let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. This looks like it's going to be all of our acrylic racers. Let's take some of these guys out. And I'll tell you what, I love acrylic tokens, and these are thick too. These are thicker than the cardboard. Okay, I don't know if you can really tell by looking at that. But the nice thing is you're going to have this little car. Okay, so like there's the Killa. So it looks like, yeah, so it looks like each one of these is going to have its own name. So you're going to have to associate them together. But the nice thing is they're just going to like slot right in there. All right. And then you're just going to have this acrylic token. I think these are going to be just fine. And these look really good too. Looks like we might have some other stuff in there. Yeah, see, look at that. Okay. Perfectly good. Perfectly good. Okay. Absolutely love these. Oh, look, this one right here. We'll pull this one out. There you go. Shkabam. I love that little cape right back there. All right, so those tokens, these acrylic tokens look really, really nice. Acrylic tokens are a great substitute. All right, we're gonna have this nice big bag right here, and it's not a deep bag. All right, so it looks like it's gonna be easy to pull everything out of it. Very cool. Nice little silk screening right there. I love that. Now these cards, see if we can get those out of there. What are we gonna have here? These look like they're just gonna be our player aids. Is what it kind of looks like, and it looks like they fold. All right, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, these are gonna be our player aids. So let's take a look at one of these. So right there, we're gonna have our card abilities. Well, get that glare out of there. Okay, so you got your abilities, you got your actions. Flip it over. You got your round structure, and then you got on your turn what you can do. But you can open it up, and you have a nice little handy dandy hazard reference right there. or you can just leave it like that. Very nice. Those are cool. Rather than having multiple cards, they just kind of split them up or made it in half pieces like that. I like that. Okay, now let's take a look at the cards. See if I can somehow manage to get these opened up. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. All right. Slide that down. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's duplicates in these. I don't know how many of everything we have, but let's see if we can figure out what we got. So we have these helmet cards. Okay, we're gonna have these, and then we're gonna have like all these A, B, and C decks. Now, the A, B, and C decks are gonna be a lot of your catch-up mechanics, so we'll just kind of go through those. If you want to look at them closer, like I say, always pause, and you can see whether it's A, B, or C right there. All right, and so like bombs, okay, look at it. You got 3 bombs in there. Only 1 fireball so far, though. All right, you got your firebolt, you got your payday. Looks like payday is going to be a few. Looks like some coins right there. Zombie attack. Well, I guess you got to have some zombies in dungeons, right? So there's several of those. So it looks like we are going to be getting multiple cards. Okay, but that's all right. See if I can get that glare back out of there. Oh, see, now there's another firebolt to go with that fireball. Rage. Now, see, now we're in our Bs. Got your sabotage. Some bombs in the Bs as well. Now, if the bombs in the A's and the B's are different, I have no idea, but we can look at this. So there's your fireball for your A and your B. So they're the same. You're just going to have it in different locations as well. All right, we got more of that rage. So teleport action. Well, haste. I think we saw haste once. Sabotage again. Oh, there's fear. I think fear was new. And our freeze. Okay, and there you go. A, B's, and C cards. Not a super ton in there, but then again, you know, even all your Marios and stuff, there's not a ton of variety. You just get what you get. Okay, looks like we're going to have these are going to be our drivers. So we're going to get a little information on those. So we'll just flip through those. Let's take a look at them. Killa. All right. A couple more here. Umbra. Klonos. All right, and Cleopatra. Well, get that back in there. Okay. All right, I think I was kind of drifting. I started looking at the cards and the artwork, and then I wasn't paying attention to the text. Now, what do we have here? So now we have the princess. Well, whenever racer ends their turn in princess space. Okay, so the special abilities for them, for these guys. Okay. We've got a necromancer and a cleric. Oh, the pirate. Yeah. Oh, and sword mage. Okay. You can get those in there. All right, and that's everything. And that looks like that's going to cover this top row. So we'll put the lid back on there. And let's put this here off to the side. Now, we are going to get some dice. Let's take a look at these dice. And there must have been, because this was a Kickstarter, there must have been a bunch more tiles because there's room for, it looks like twice as many tiles as what I have here. I might have to go look and see what other stuff is out there. Now, we do have, okay, the silk screen dice. So it's going to have like +1 hex, +1 hex, +2 hex. And then it looks like we're going to have a coin dice or some other symbols, whatever they're going to be. But okay, so we'll definitely have a couple dice we rolling for different things. Good stuff. But let's take a look at the tiles. Now, the game itself comes with a bunch of tiles, and I'm just going to put some stuff out of the way, which is actually really good. Now, there we go. It looks like that's going to be our starting grid. Okay, I'll try to keep the glares out for you. And we'll flip it over, and it looks like we also have a starting grid that's going to be on a nice little corner. Very nice. All right, and I'm just going to drop those back in the box when I'm done. Now, this is what's actually really cool is you got your track that's coming along in here, and I'm guessing this is like the preferred racer line. I don't have to figure out what maybe these is where we're going to put different tokens and stuff, but you got coins that are out on the board, like spell cards, so if you run over things, right, then you're going to be able to get what you get. Okay, so, all right, we got another one here. I don't need to point everything out. We'll just take a look at them. Got a nice little straightaway there. Interesting, little potholes or whatever, little hazards on the track. Ooh, little pumpkin patch. I like that. Little vines flipping through here. That's actually really cool. Ooh, don't get caught up in that one. All right. What do we have here? Oh, this is kind of cool. You got a little roundabout. Very nice. I mean, my brain's already just thinking how I can make some really cool tracks with all these. Okay. Oh man, going a little zigzagging through there. So your preferred racial line goes that way, and that's probably because you got your spell and you got your coin. Okay. All right, this is, man, I'll tell you what. The more I look at these tiles and putting everything together, I'm actually really excited to get this one played, because there is a lot more tiles than I really thought there was in this game. And in fact, if there's even more that you could possibly get out there, oh man, I know I'm going to have to go research it now. I'm going to have to go find more. As my wife says, it's never enough. Not when it comes to racing games. I just like racing games too much. But like I said, there is a lot. Oh, there we go. This is cool. Dungeon Kart. If you hit a hero, you crash and remove the hero. So a little information right there. Try to get the glare out of there for you so you can take a better, here, see if I can get you a little better look at all those. Pause if you need to. All right. Oh yeah, got the bomb. There you go. So that's cool. So you can actually put this one upside down, but then if you're using this, well, then you're not using that piece of the track, right? I'm going to put him on top. All right, and what do we got here? Got a little skeleton dude. Oh yeah, whoo, that's cool. But I do like these really hard corners. Those are really nice. And they just, these just look really cool. I mean, you might want to just stop right there, go in, check out what's in the skull face right there. But yeah, cool. And our last one is a nice little crossroads. Oh man, some figure 8 tracks. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun building tracks in this one. Okay, and I'm just gonna put this one upside down because I want to see what's all right there. And that's it. That, folks, is everything that's gonna come in this game. So let's get everything put back in here. All right. So I'm gonna be building everything and they're gonna be shoving all that stuff inside of this piece. We're just gonna put those back in there for now. And then of course, all of these punch boards are gonna go on the top. They're probably gonna end up going possibly on the very bottom to lift everything up. We'll have to see how everything is once I get everything done and out and built. Okay, but there you go. Get this put back up. Now that, folks, I don't know if any of you guys have played this, but that is Dungeon Kart. Hey, if you have played this game before, I think this was a 24 release. All right, so if you've played this before, definitely let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this game. Is it good? Is it bad? Does it need the expansion stuff? Is there expansion stuff? I don't really know, but I'd love to hear you guys' comments below. But otherwise, let's head up top. Let's close this out. All right, folks, there you go. That is Dungeon Kart from Brotherwise Games. And I'm going to tell you something. I think the game looks fantastic. I look at a lot of games, and just by the look of them and how they look and how they present themselves, I kind of want to play them. And this is one of those games that, just looking at the components, I want to set it up and play it. Is it a great game? Is it a good game? Is it a bad game? I have no idea, but I just enjoy the experience of learning new games. I absolutely love racing games. I can't get enough of them. And this looks like it's going to be one that's right in my wheelhouse. This is going to be one that I'm going to want to play with my grandkids. They're a little young right now, but I might give it a try if they don't have to do too much reading, or I can help them out. Okay. But I think they're going to get a kick out of this one as well. And I'll tell you what, they all like Mario World. Dungeon Kart just looks like it. It has a lot of that same aspect and just looks absolutely fun. Cannot wait to get this one to the table and give it a try. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you to like this video on YouTube, on Board Game Geek on Facebook, or even on X. Please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I'll get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, folks, if you like the videos that I do here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask that you click on the subscription button and even click on the bell and be notified when I drop new videos. And also, if you like the videos I do here, I also post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. Over there, we'll do some unboxings, some playthroughs, and some reviews. I'll leave a link to Cody's channel down in the details below. So why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? It's pointless.